Greetings everyone, my name is Alonzo Medina and today I have my latest challenge where I had to implement a mechanic designed by one of my peers in our tile-based game project. So the mechanic I had to add was a door or as a button to door mechanic, and that was originally designed by Justin Millian, and we will get right into the showcase of the three levels, and then I'll explain the mechanic as we go through the levels, and then again through the blueprints afterward. So let's get in there. Alright, so in our first level, we still have this is still my mechanic of the color tile, where once something enters the switch tile, it will lower the corresponding colors tiles. So we touch yellow, and it'll lower that as well. That finishes the first level. Will take us to our second level. This is where we introduced the button to door mechanic that we have from our classmate, Justin. And down here we have a button that, as long as something is on the button, be it the player or a box, it will open up a door in the distance. But if you leave the button, it will close the door back. So we will need to push this block to sit on top of that button, and that will leave this door open for us so we can trigger our yellow switch and then our purple switch to grant access out. Which will bring us to our final level, where we are looking at slide tiles in addition to the other two mechanics. So we will have to slide, and then we will force that block all the way down the lane to push onto the button that activates the door in the corner here. And then past this door is a purple switch, purposefully a little hidden, as it's the third level. Wanted it to be a little more challenging, which lowered one purple block at the end here. And now we can push that one across there to open up the door. And that will open up the last area. And that finishes the level for us. Okay. Now we will explain how the new mechanic that I implemented works. So we have our button itself. So I have two sets of buttons and two sets of doors because I wanted to change the facing that the doors had in here, since each door is it's still essentially a tile. So if I want the doors to face different orientations, I just made duplicates and then changed the code in between so that the southeast facing doors respond to the southeast buttons, and same with the southwest buttons. So let's hop into there, because those codes are the same, they just tie to their respective doors. So with our southeast door, so as soon as, well, first we'll start with the buttons, because the buttons trigger an interface we had to create. So on entering the button itself, it will animate and press the button down. And once it starts to animate the button itself, it also switches a light that's underneath the button on the base of the button and changes it to white to signify to the player that that button is activated. It'll also play a sound, just a click sound, that the button is being pressed on. And I set a small delay just for cleaning up, like timing to match with sounds. And then it sends a message to the interface we had to create. Um, and that interface just lets me have the button talk to the door, which we'll look at next. And then that's all when you enter the button. And then when you exit the button here, so if you exit the button rather, it will animate the button back up to its starting position so it's not pressed. It'll turn those lights back off. So it'll just go back to the standard unlit version. Another small delay for timing, and then that will also send a message to a different interface telling the door that it's been closed. So then after these are activated, so once they're sat on, that interface will respond directly to the doors that they're assigned to. And at the start of play, you set the door to not be able to be entered, which you can set in the code prior to this, but I set it in the begin play, just so it's easy to see. So as soon as that interface is called to open the door, it will play the audio feedback and also update the lights that are on that door, to just further signify to the player that that door is active, and you can hear it open and you can see it open. And then we animate the door opening by just sliding one block to the left in this case, and then we also change that tile to be enterable after that. And then in the event that we have to close the door, say a player did not leave a block or themselves on the button itself, then it will make another sound to close the door, turn those lights back to where they were before at red, and it'll animate closing that door back from its open position back to its starting position. And then it'll also remake the tile unenterable again, so it'll be like a real door again. That's how the new mechanic is implemented in here, and that's how the blueprints worked. The challenges I faced um, were really just learning how blueprint interfaces worked at all, and basically how to get one item to talk to another item. But once I figured that out, I was able to both implement this mechanic into my game and also improve my other mechanics by adding animations and tying my switches to my obstacles so that they could also animate. And that is it for this showcase. Thanks for watching.